Hello students, welcome to TMS Solver. In this video, I will discuss about Nios class 12 senior secondary subject code 302 English subject first chapter my first step. In this video, I will thoroughly discuss about the topic and what is written in the topic. So stay tuned and listen what I am supposed to tell. मैं इस वीडियो में एनआईएस का क्लास 12 का जो फर्स्ट चैप्टर है क्लास 12 इंग्लिश सब्जेक्ट का माय फर्स्ट स्टेप उसके बारे में उसका जो बुक का जो लिखा हुआ है जो टॉपिक उसके बारे में मैं इस वीडियो में डिस्कस करने वाला हूँ। तो वीडियो देखते रहिए। माय फर्स्ट स्टेप्स चैप्टर 1 सेक्शन 1 आई मे नेवर हैव become a cricketer and this book would certainly not have been written if an eagle-eye relation, Mr. Narayan Masrekar, had not come into my life the day I was born, July 10, 1949. It seems that Nan Kaka, as I call him, who had come to see me in hospital on my first day in this world, noticed a little hole near the top of my left earlobe. The next day he come again and pick up the baby lying on the crib next to my mother. To his utter horror, he discovered that the baby did not have the hole on the left earlobe. A frantic search of all the cribs in the hospital followed, and I was eventually located sleeping blissfully beside a fisherwoman, totally oblivious of the commotion I had caused. The mix-up, it appears, followed after the babies had been given their birth. Providence had helped me to retain my true identity and, in the process, charter the course of my life. I have often wondered what would have happened if nature had not marked me out and given me my guard. By giving me that small hole on my left earlobe, and if Nankaka had not noticed this abnormality, perhaps I would have grown up to be an obscure fisherman toiling somewhere along the west coast. And what about the baby who for a spell took my place? I do not know if he is interested in cricket or whether he will ever read this book. I can only hope that if he does, he will start taking a little more interest in Sunil Gavaskar. 1.2 Section 2 How did Sunil begin playing cricket? Who helped to develop his talent as a cricketer? Let's read on. My most vivid recollection of my childhood cricket playing days is the time I almost broke my mother's nose. She used to bowl to me in the small gallery of our house, where we played our daily match with a tennis ball. Since the area was small, she would kneel to bowl, or rather lob the ball to me. I hit one straight back and caught her bang on the nose, which started bleeding. Although it was a tennis ball, the distance between the two of us was very short, which accounts for the force with which the ball hit her. I was I was frightened, but she shrugged it off, washed her face, and as the bleeding stopped, he continued the game. But for the rest of the day, it was only forward defense for me. I restrained myself and played no attacking shot. Cricket. To use a clutch is in my blood. My father was a good club cricketer in his days and a keen student of the game. Even now, we have interesting discussions on various aspects of the game, and I have found his advice invaluable in the development of my career. And as I have already said, I have had the privilege of having a cricketing mother who helped me to take the first step in the game I have come to love. My uncle, Madhav Mantri, who played for India in 4 official tests, though not very successfully, was a force to reckon with the first class games. Whenever I went to my uncle's house, my favorite pastime used to be to take out his pullovers and catch them with a sense of longing. I was so attracted by the India Test pullovers that once I even dared to ask him if I would take one. Since he had so many, my uncle told me that one has to sweet and earn the India colors had so many. My uncle told me that one has to sweat and earn the India colors, and I too should work hard to earn the distinctions. That is a lesson I have never forgotten. Looking back, I am glad that my uncle did not succumb to my childish fancy and instead ta- taught me that there was no shortcut to the top. I was also fascinated by the many sovereigns he had and the large number of trophies he had won. What I liked most was the stamp bearing the autographs of the 1952 India and England teams, and I loved to linger over the autograph of every player. Right from the beginning, I wanted to become a batsman and I hated losing my wicket. This because such an obsession with me that if the rest of the boys ever got me out, I would fight and eventually walk home with the bat and the ball. This would bring the game to an abrupt end since nobody else had a ball or bat. The boys cursed and called me names, but the tension did not last long and we generally got on very well. Among these early comrades with whom I played were the Amboy brothers, the Mandarekar brothers, and the several others who made up our team. Whenever I batted, they would decided beforehand that they would appear at a particular ball and whether I was out or not. I had to go by the majority verdict. We often played match against team made up of the boys living in the neighboring building, and there was a tremendous interest in the trophies as we called them. These trophies were small white metal cup for which we all contributed and brought for as little as Rs 1.50. थैंक यू फॉर लिसनिंग। सुनने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। आप इसका बाद में जो वीडियो आने वाला है इस जो टॉपिक मैंने आप रीड किया हो इसके ऊपर जो क्वेश्चन आ सकता है आप लोगों का एग्ज़ाम में उसके ऊपर चर्चा करूँगा। वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट द अपकमिंग क्वेश्चन अबाउट द टॉपिक। सो सब्सक्राइब एंड लाइक दिस चैनल।